Hello everyone, I hope you're having a lovely Friday afternoon. It's nearly the weekend, it's very exciting. I thought I might share some what I've been up to recently because I've been going out and talking to lots of organisations about what they're doing in the wellness space, and what I've uncovered has been some really interesting trends. And in fact, in some ways those conversations have helped to reshape what my focus is for the year. So what I've found is I've gone out to talk to a lot of organisations and I've asked them what they're doing in the wellbeing space. And when I look at the statistics tell us that 9 out of 10 organisations tell us that workplace wellbeing is important to them. There are statistics saying that 60% of organisations with over 100 employees have a workplace wellness plan. But when I'm digging below the surface to find out what they're actually doing, what I'm finding is a couple of really interesting trends. So the first one is that, yes, some organisations have wellness plans, and they tend to be things like flu vaccinations or health checks, boot camps, sometimes nutrition workshops, or they're moving into that mental wellbeing space with perhaps some workshops, although there's a little bit of uncertainty. That's a whole other topic. There's some uncertainty about how to approach workplace or mental wellbeing in the workplace. What I'm finding with those organisations who have plans is often they've put something in place and there was a whole kind of hiss and a roar and it was really big, and then over time that momentum has waned. That's the first trend. So there's an issue there around engagement long term. Second of all, I'm finding that these wellness plans often are standalone, so they're not really well knitted into the organisation as a whole. They're not well knitted into the culture or the strategy or the way things are done in the organisation. So they might say, hey, we believe in supporting you with mental wellbeing, but actually on the other hand, there's not a great support from senior leaders around wellbeing and taking care of yourself. The third trend that I'm noticing is that wellness in organisations is often left to one person. And even if they have a committee of people, it's still really left to one person to champion. And a couple of things happen from that. Either the person gets really busy and is wearing 1,000 hats and doesn't have time to do wellbeing, or even when they have a committee and someone leaves, that key person leaves, the whole thing falls over. Which tells me that we need to find different ways in organisations to actually share that load so that wellbeing becomes not something that one person does and is not something that are these little itsy bitsy things, but is actually a part of the culture. It's the way that we do things around here. And if we look at the trends about where wellbeing is going, it is absolutely about having organisations that are healthy places to be. And some of the futurists are even saying that workplaces will be places that people go to become healthy. And how amazing would that be, rather than at the moment, I think sometimes we have this idea that, if you look at the whole work-life balance kind of dated idea, we have this idea that work is someplace we go that perhaps doesn't contribute to well-being. It's a place that causes us stress, and we might look for well-being outside that. I hope we get to a point where actually there's this great knitted idea between the two of them, so that actually work is somewhere we go that enables our well-being, and our life outside of that also enables our well-being, and the two meet in a really great way. So on the back of all of that, as I said, my focus has changed a little bit for the year because, as I said, there's these great people in organisations who are really passionate about making a difference, but don't feel necessarily like they have a great amount of support. And I think there's a fantastic opportunity for us to, as a nation, share those lessons that we're learning along the way and find ways to continue to share more of that and to ask those questions and to get more information. And look, there are some really great resources out there. I know wellplace.co.nz has some great stuff, but I think there's nothing better than having some real conversations. So I've started a champions group, a wellness champions group, and I would absolutely love if you are someone in an organisation who is running workplace wellbeing programs, or you're a senior leader, a leader, employee, really anyone in the organisation who is passionate about seeing some change in your organisation, please get in touch. I would love you to join the group. Have a lovely weekend. I'll talk to you again soon.